How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some Pokemon rumors, leaks, all that kind of stuff. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get started. First things first, going to be this 4chan post about a Switch 2 leak, which also includes some information about Legend ZA, apparently. But let's see what it actually says. So it says the following: Switch 2 leak by Anonymous, posted on Christmas Eve, I guess. I don't know. I don't celebrate Christmas. I wouldn't know. But either way, here's what it says. Switch 2 reveal second week of January. Now, the second week of January would be any time, because I'm assuming they're not going to do it, during weekdays or weekends, but only during weekdays, would be basically be anywhere between the 1st of January, which is Wednesday. I guess rather that's not the possibility. So he said the second week. So that would be anywhere between the 6th until the 10th of January. That's the time frame that we're looking at based on what he's saying, right? Of course, he could just be talking out of his ass, which is highly possible because this is a rumor at the end of the day, but it's still interesting to look at nonetheless. It's still fun to look at. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, so either way, where are we at? Let's take a look at the second thing here. So ZA trailer drops alongside it. That would be wild. Now, it wouldn't make any sense, though, and this is where I think this rumor is definitely going to be fake, is because it doesn't make any sense, like, whatsoever, as to them including Legend ZA. First of all, remember, Legend ZA is not coming out on the Switch 2. I mean, you might have a backwards compatibility, but it's not a Switch 2 title. It's a Switch title. It's coming out on the regular mumbo-jumbo Switch, this bad boy right here. It's coming out on this thing. So it makes no sense. It makes frankly no sense whatsoever that there will be a ZA trailer unless it's a regular Nintendo Direct. He says a Switch 2 reveal, but what kind of reveal is it? Is it a Nintendo Direct? Is it something else? I don't know. It isn't a Switch 2 game, but shows off backwards compatibility. Ah, that's where it is. Okay, cool. I should have kept reading. That was my mistake. But either way, that will make far more sense because it definitely isn't going to be a Switch 2 game. Legend ZA is going to be exclusively made for the Switch, but it might be backwards compatible because the Switch 2 will be able to play older games from the Switch, right? That's still a possibility. So that's highly possible, and that makes sense. Either way, says that apparently they show Gen 6 starters. Okay, so just the regular Gen 6 starters. So, Fennekin, Froakie, and Chespin. That's it. That would be just them, which actually makes the most sense. That would make totally the most sense, which is fine. But then here's the big one. Mario Kart 9 revealed. Mario Kart 9 is probably the highest and most likely possible thing to release on this new Switch, without a doubt. Like, it is the most likely game that we could see. Like, hands down. If we're going to be really honest here, it is the most likely game and practically confirmed, given the fact that Mario Kart 8 has no more DLC releasing. It's all released, and it only makes sense for Mario Kart 9 to be next. But they say also that Open World Mario is also revealed, which again is highly possible that we're going to see that because Open World Mario really is not that crazy to assume will be real. But then they also say new Animal Crossing revealed, which again also wouldn't be that crazy, but a little bit crazier, I would say, because Animal Crossing has been out for like the most recent one was like, what, 3 to 4 years now? It's been since it came out. I would estimate, right? That would be about the time. So 3 to 4 years since its release, which I feel like it's a little too early. I know maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. And I know a lot of you guys will be like, shut the fuck up, dude. I wanted Animal Crossing again, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're right. I could be totally wrong here. I could be totally off base. But I feel like it's almost too early. Not that I think it's too early, but I think from Nintendo's perspective, it might be too early to put another one out already. Maybe in a year or two, I would assume a possibility. But I mean, yeah, a reveal could always happen. They could always reveal it. Apparently, multiple third-party developer games revealed for Switch 2, such as Elden Ring. Holy based. Yes, thank you. Please, thank you. That would be so great. That'd be so nice if we got it on there. Release date is May. Okay, interesting. Release date being May. Earlier than a lot of people would have expected. A lot of people do say June makes the most sense, and July possibly even. That was the rumored one. But May would be a great time, though horrible for me because I will be out of country at that point. But would be great. It would be really great if it did come out in May, but we'll have to wait and see. Apparently 2 versions at launch, white and gray version, which fine color schemes, nothing too crazy. I mean, my Nova Legion Go is just, black, like really dark gray black. I mean, that's what it looks like. And there's not really a lot of color variants in those kind of, handheld consoles or handheld PCs, whatever you want to call them. So I wouldn't be that crazed out because, I mean, realistically, the thing that they will probably have a lot of colors for is going to be the actual Joy-Cons. And I do wonder what kind of aesthetic they're going to go for because the aesthetic on this thing was always the red and blue, right? Sorry, the blue and red, right? Or red and blue, whatever way you want to say it. That was always the aesthetic of this thing. So I do wonder what the aesthetic's going to be. Like, what's going to be the actual colors of that new Switch? Like, what's going to be the kind of the colors that define it, right? Like the actual thing that defines it. That's what I'm curious about. Because if this is the logo, the Nintendo Switch 2 logo like that, I mean, I'm assuming the branding is going to be very similar. We'll see. Either way. See, apparently also that 2 versions that launched, right? Okay. And then MK9 version, so Mario Kart 9, which we have heard rumors saying that there's going to be a Mario Kart 9 version as well, will be released in this summer. Okay. And price is $400. 400 would be great. Problem is, it's going to be way more expensive in Europe. Okay. It's going to be so much more expensive here. Because anything that's like $400 there is like $450 to $470 to $500 here, right? That's what the reality I've lived with, okay? Like, I've noticed anytime something released in the US, like, for example, the most recent Intel Arc B580 GPU, the newest, like, GPU from Intel, it retails, right, the MSRP is $250, right? $250, and people can actually buy it in the United States for $250. Not in Europe, though. Here, you cannot find one under 300 euros, so that's almost $315, like, you know, around that range. But it's even worse if you want to get it, like, you know, for the regular standard price here, which the standard price is almost 350 euros, so that's like already $360. At that point, you might as well just get a freaking RTX 4060. But that's besides the point. Point is, $400 would be great, but realistically, that price is going to be higher in the rest of the world, besides the US maybe. But we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how it goes. I really, really, really hope that it's not higher than that in the rest of the world, but it probably will be. But hey, for the Americans, that's perfect. You guys can get a Switch. I mean, to be real with you, I got this one in the United States for this exact reason. This chip was like $100 cheaper when I bought it in the United States as opposed to the country I lived in at the time, which was Sweden. It was genuinely $100 cheaper because I was already going to the US anyways for a convention. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Might as well pick it up because it was my first Switch and it was like in, 2018 I got it. So I was, it's just one of those cases where, like, honestly, it might be worth it. But yeah, honestly, dudes, I don't really know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love you, just know your thoughts and opinions on this specific rumor. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? Let me know. Let's move on to a really big thing. Now, this right here is a post by Central Leaks. Now, Central Leaks is just a kind of a leak aggregator, just somebody who posts leaks that they find or leaks that are sent to them. And basically they said, Happy Christmas. The supposed Switch 2 images the Reddit user have been posted online. There's currently a heated debate online whether they are real or not. Now, somebody has been saying that apparently this image is AI, which is a bit wild to say, but anything is possible, I guess. But then the actual image of what we have here, what's supposed to be the dock, is a little bit conflicting. You have 2 different images. First, you have this, you have these 2, obviously, which are close-ups of the dock. So this is supposed to be the dock for the Switch 2. And then somebody said, okay, this looks like AI. And an update. Looks like the console picture is not AI. The measurements are consistent. There's no AI tool that can do this. Our take, we think the leaker used AI to fake the background so that it didn't reveal its location. But the console is real. And then here is like dimensional, just the dimensions of things. Green line is 13% the width of the yellow line. 3-pin female adapter. And then also the Magenta circle. Magenta. Why am I saying Magearna for? Dude, I'm too deep in Pokemon. Is almost exactly 50% size of the cyan circle. So basically they try to do a little bit of internet detective work here to try to figure out, is this actually an AI picture? Is this real? Regarding why the plus is on the wrong side, pre-production Switch units have their markings in reverse. The first image is from the legit Switch Lite leak before it was announced right here. And I guess he's trying to imply that the actual positions of certain stuff will be in the wrong location. It says the first image is from a legit Switch Lite leak before it was announced, showing the reversed text. If we flip the image to match the reversed text, the plus is now on the correct side. And right here, you can see a similar type of situation. Again, like we've said, right? Like, a lot of people think that the background here, and you can kind of assume that it is possible the background is AI generated, given that some of the cables and stuff, maybe like people, I think I've seen people arguing that like it looks a little bit like weird, right, compared to everything else. But it's possible the actual thing we're looking at could be real. Again, no guarantees. It's just a possibility. There's no guaranteed proof. Apparently, the leakers said that they had a final for retail product, not pre-production. And as said here by Centro, apparently this could just be a way to cover their leaks. But he said it was a final retail unit. Is it still possible? He says, we think that was a lie to cover their tracks. That's why they also didn't leak a comment further on why they wouldn't turn it on. It's likely a dummy unit, probably the same one all the case manufacturers have, which is possible because a lot of the details we've had recently about this actual console have literally been through like manufacturers of cases, right? Like D brand and stuff like that. It's been a lot through that. So yeah, apparently it doesn't end there. Apparently we have another thing in regards to Switch 2, which is a Chinese insider claims that Nintendo Switch 2 is getting revealed in January for a March launch. That's earlier than the rumor we read on 4chan, which would be great. The earlier it comes out, the faster I can get my hands on it, and the faster I can use it before I have to go on vacation, which I'm already going on vacation. So yeah, you realize I'm going to a lot of... Actually, I'm making it seem like that, but I'm just visiting family. So it is what it is. But point is, I do hope this comes out in March. It'll be great. Get that shit out there. Gives people enough time to recoup from the heavy losses that your wallet faces during the winter period, and hopefully we'll all be able to afford this thing. Because that $400 mark is it's hefty, but that would be great if it's only $400. But we'll see. By the way, what he says though is a Chinese insider claims that Nintendo Switch 2 is getting revealed in January for a March launch. Now this person leaked in Weibo correctly pretty much everything regarding the last Nintendo Direct, but was largely ignored in the West. And you guys can see right here is an actual post about this. So you guys can see that they have the Weibo link as well, which I don't really know if we're going to gain a lot of insight from this because, yeah, we do not have viewing permissions. Ooh. But here's basically what this person, prior share 6849 on the r/Nintendo Switch 2 Reddit says, which is a Chinese Weibo leaker by this name, who previously leaked the entire June Nintendo Direct, which you guys can see that post right here. It's just him, like, you know, kind of confirming that. Has been counting down using the Fibonacci sequence numbers since, which by the way, the Fibonacci sequence isn't even Fibonacci who invented it. It was actually an Indian man, I think, way before that, who actually came up with that sequence. But either way, basically numbers since December 21st. I'm gonna piss off somebody with that comment. But it was just something I saw recently that it wasn't even he who invented it. But it's besides the point. Based on this pattern, the countdown will end on January 8th. So the leaker previously claimed that the Switch 2 could be revealed in January, so this might hint at its announcement date. His Weibo posts are only visible to followers, so you'll need to create an account and follow him to view them. Here's the screenshot of the Weibo post, and then here's the actual screenshot, which you're talking about, and he's basically just doing he's doing a countdown, right? So 4181, 2584, 1597, 987. So yeah, he's using the sequence in this case to count down the days. Now the leaker claims he's counting down to the Endfield's beta test. The beta test that is confirmed to take place from January 11th until January 20th, not January 8th. It's a classic case of trying to cover up but making it more obvious but only making it more obvious. So again, it could be this guy's actually just counting down to Endfield's beta test, which I mean, yeah, that's a game, I guess. But again, keep in mind, this dude is an actual leaker. He's leaked actual information about Switch before, about Nintendo before from, you know, their Direct. So it's safe to assume that this is most likely a countdown, which means the 8th of January would be on a Wednesday, which is a good day. It's a good day. And I know it's weird whenever like people like myself talk about this kind of shit and we say it's a good day for it. Any day is good technically, but it's more so that usually following the trends, they don't tend to do Pokemon Presents Nintendo Directs on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, right? Usually it's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays, very occasionally Mondays, very occasionally, but sometimes, right? It's always a possibility, but usually it's like the middle of the week is when they usually drop all this info. So again, anything is possible, but it's just a matter of optics at this point and just waiting and seeing what actually crops up from all this. And we'll see if anything actually valuable comes out of it. But for now, that's what we know. Moving on, though, we have this post from Necro Felipe who says, according to sources, the console will in fact be called Nintendo Switch 2. I made one more small adjustment to be even more precise in what the logo for Nintendo Switch new system should be. And this is him like making a logo. I talked about this a few times before, but yeah, it's just a logo of what we could expect the Nintendo Switch 2 logo to look like, which is not that crazy. It's just the regular Switch logo. It's just that they've added the 2 and moved the actual Joy-Cons to the left, which that's it. It's not that crazy. But it's pretty neat nonetheless, though. And yeah, that pretty much summarizes that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really know if there's much else to say in regards to this. I think that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, then drop a like down below. I will be gone now until basically beginning of January for a little bit of time. I'll be back, though, before we get into all this Nintendo stuff, because it's going to be a crazy year next year, right? We got like Nintendo Switch 2, Legend ZA is coming out as well, and it's going to be a crazy year. So hope you guys have had a great time. Happy holidays to all of you guys. Hope you have had a great Christmas if you do celebrate it. I don't personally, but I will be celebrating New Year's though. So hopefully you guys have a great New Year's, great holidays, great Christmas, whatever else you celebrate. Just hope you have a great time. And yeah, I'll be catching you guys in the next one. So thank you all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.